Dancing has always been a way of achieving ecstasy. Historically, people dance themselves silly in the most literal sense. You can't do anything else because you get dizzy and silly and hyperventilate and all that stuff. And so people were dancing to get high. People were getting high to raise their consciousness. And that's how.
It was interesting. It was interesting to hear that you're saying that we've got a new wave coming. But I've got to be honest, I feel very pessimistic in the current times.
Yeah.
And a lot of my friends as well. So how do we actually,
There has been a vast amount of pessimism in the country and in the world for a good many years. Again, it's the wave. Pessimism is the bottom. There's always a trough. When you've got a big wave, you got a big trough. So before you get a big high, you get a big low. We have been and are just starting to turn that corner at the bottom. But we've started. We have started to turn that corner at the bottom where it gets better. And the more you get into it, because of the curve, the faster it gets better. So you don't hardly notice it at the beginning because it's still pretty flat, although it's getting better. And it gets a little bit better, and then pretty soon, it's getting noticeably better. And
it's a wave.
That's the start of the wave, is when you notice that it's just beginning to get a little bit better. And I think that we're there.
Why do you think it's getting better then? Is it just because of Biden passing the torch, or why do you think it's getting better?
That created an instant for it to show itself, to make us aware that it was going on. But that's when it became noticeable, because it was a real thing that happened. How suddenly levels of enthusiasm, and it was reported that a lot of level of enthusiasm among younger people. If we don't reach the younger people younger than me, people younger than I see a lot of people in the crowd that are mature people. We need to be talking to the people that are maybe still even in college, even high school kids. I talk to high school kids that they'll listen, and some will, because if we don't, as elders, I've got to say I qualify as elder. I'm 85 years old, and so we have the responsibility to communicate what we know to younger people. If we just talk to each other, it's like Bob Dylan said, no sense talking to you, it's just like talking to me. And it is. We need to be talking to the people that are going to be next, and the ones that are going to be next after them even. I'm like trying to talk to people 2 generations after me, because I'm that old, for one thing. But also, they're adults. They're responsible people now too. The people that are younger than me are, they're already almost old. I look at people 50 years old and they're kids. So, but they're not. The kids are 20, and so we need to be continually including people. Rather than excluding people, we need to be inclusive and accepting, because that's the way we're positive. The way we ride this wave that's on is to be positive, think positively, think positive thoughts, keep things like the word yes and active success words in your mind and in your talk, and don't talk about negative things. Don't say words like fight, because those are negative words and they deplete our energy. We need all of our subconscious energy focused on riding this wave, because it's going to be a big damn wave, and if you ain't paying attention, you're going to get thrown off your board and you might get drowned. So be ready to surf this wave, because it's happening. Here it is.